Hey there folks, Mike here. So it's Friday, December 11th, 2020, and yes, it is December despite the fact that you don't see any snow on the ground. Maybe a little bit over to the side here. Anyways, as you can see, I'm back on the trail, and this is the S.C. Johnson Trail, or the Paris to Brantford section of the rail trail. According to the Grand River Conservation Authority's website, it's clocked in at about 9 kilometers. But if you were watching the video from Cambridge to Paris, you'll actually have seen the information board from the trail. And going by that, it's closer to 13 kilometers. So time will tell. Should be maybe about 4 to 5 hours if we take our time, and not quite sure what to expect. We still have the Grand River off to my right hand side here, and the Jean Rich Foundation parking lot, or station I should say, is where we started, and we're going to go right through Paris and end up in Brantford hopefully in a few hours. And here we are, folks. We are at the start of the S.C. Johnson Trail. So we just crossed the highway, and you can see that over there. So that leads right into Paris, as does the trail. Nice day. It's about 6-7 degrees. Kind of sloppy, as you can see. And we'll see what the trail has to offer. We'll check in a little bit later, guys. Alright folks, so just a quick update. We had a detour off trail shortly after we got onto it, and but it only took us off trail for maybe about half a kilometer or so, maybe a little bit more. As you can see, we're back on, but we're also nowhere near the river anymore. So we are definitely back on the S.C. Johnson Trail, which is also part of the Great Trail, and we're back to the old railway lined bed, so nice and easy going. But we're pretty much all the way through Paris already. There was a bit of a detour if you wanted to go downtown and grab something to eat. Mile marker, or kilometer marker 55 I should say, so that's distance to Hamilton, and that's really about it. Alright folks, so we're just at a bit of a kiosk and parking area. So that's where we just came from on the S.C. Johnson Trail. And some really big zip lines, or hydro lines, depending on how you look at it. And actually there's a trail for the Grand Valley Trail. So looks like the S.C. Johnson and Grand Valley Trail run side by side of sorts for a little bit, and this is where we're going to continue on. And nice little pathway through the trees of sorts. Hey folks, so as you can see, we're not exactly on trail anymore. So after crossing the 403, it turned into a mainly paved path for the S.C. Johnson Trail, and there were still references to the Great Trail or Trans-Canada Trail. And as you can see, we are now in a bit of an industrial area, so there's a bit of a lack of signage, but we did find one that basically pointed us this way for the Trans-Canada Trail. So we're going to follow that path, and hopefully we'll come up with some, or we'll find some additional signage that will indicate which way to go. Unfortunately, there was no map that I could have downloaded and the maps on those kiosk boards are not really detailed in terms of being able to, like, obviously drill down into the smaller side streets. So we're going to keep on going here, and we're maybe a couple of hours into the hike. So hopefully around the halfway mark, maybe just past the halfway point, and we'll see what happens. A lot of construction going on in the area, and there were a couple of small detours, but nothing major. So, all right, folks. So we're at another kiosk here, and as you can see, we're up here at this kiosk. And if we take a look at the scale, so if that's 1 kilometer, we got, sorry, get you back into the frame here. So 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5, 6, 7. We got about maybe 7 kilometers. And according to All Trails app, we've already hiked over 9. So that puts us at about 16 kilometers for the day. And I thought that we were going to be doing about 13 according to the map that was at the Gene Rich Foundation station. So we will see what the end of the day actually brings, and we'll keep you posted. So we're now at a fork in the trail, and we are going to go left, which is going to be following the S.C. Johnson Trail. If we go straight, a bit of a shortcut into town. And just to grab this, there we go. So, ways to go. So just a slight detour from the main trail. Check out the river's edge, but there's also another trail, and there you can see, oops, a blaze and another blaze. And I think what this is, with the river being right there, this is the continuation of the Grand Valley Trail. So if you recall earlier in the video, there was a fork in the trail where the S.C. Johnson Trail followed straight on, and shortly after the zip line or hydro lines, there was a fork to go to the Grand Valley Trail, and I think this is where it leads to, or from, depending on how you look at it. Pedestrian bridge across, so that's the more direct path into Brantford, and we'll be continuing on following the river. All right, folks, so welcome to Wilkes Dam in Brantford. 3.5 hours and 15 kilometers later, or 15.5 kilometers later, we made it. So the website said that this section of the trail was 9 kilometers. The kiosk map board said it was closer to about 13, all of which were wrong. Decent trail, nice and easy going, a little bit of mud only because the snow was melting, but otherwise a good day for a hike. The weather held up, no rain. Yeah, so look forward to this video going up on YouTube along with some pictures from the day, and we'll see you next time on the trail. All right, take it easy.